My name, Francis Achilles Maximus, but you can call me Gladiator. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the big budget movies, the ones that land and they live on for long periods of time, when you come back to do a sequel, if you don't do it right as a director, as an actor, you're going to be known as the person who messed up a perfectly good thing. Nobody wants to be the person to ruin a good thing. Just look at Star Wars, for example. Star Wars, since I've been alive, has always been held in high regard until people started tinkering with it. Now you have a fan base that absolutely hates almost everything that's put out. I was worried that the film Gladiator, in all its glory, was going to be ruined by a bad sequel. I am here to let you know Gladiator 2 is one of the best films I've watched all year. But before we get too far into that, let's go back. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Let Me Be Frank, a podcast about movies. I am your gracious host, Frank, and today we are talking Gladiator 2. This film was epic. This movie was fantastic. There is something I absolutely love about these big, huge sets. I love the big old. I'm going to slow down. Thank you for being here. Click the bells, like, subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, I am excited to talk about this movie. I was expecting crap. I was expecting a movie that was going to let everyone down. I was expecting a movie that we were going to be able to just hate on. I was expecting another Joker, not a musical, but I was expecting this movie to be dog shit. But it was actually really good. It wasn't just a carbon copy of the original. Yes, there is the Gladiator Stadium, and yes, there are tyrant leaders. But if you know the history of Rome, they kind of always had one. History tended to repeat itself when it came to emperors and kings, that you'd get like one good one and then like generations of bad ones, and they would just get replaced with other bad ones. I am here to tell you Gladiator 2 is absolutely fantastic. The sets, that it gave you enough nostalgia from the original, but didn't rely on it too much to carry the movie. The new story carried the movie, but it also directly related to the old. Lucius, the little boy from the original film, is our main character. And there's a lot that happened in the 16 years in their universe since the events of the first film. And that they still incorporate all of those things that happened in that first movie, translate directly over to what we are experiencing today, which happens, especially when there's a kid that young involved. He wasn't that old during the events of this film. So, a couple things I really liked about the movie is I love those big, wide drone shots of cities, and I love when the sets are done just expertly well, and it really feels like you've been transported back into that time period. Denzel Washington knocks this out of the park. He is one of my favorite parts of the movie, especially knowing that his career is going to be soon coming to an end. If you don't know, he already announced he's only doing a couple more films. I think Black Panther might be his last, before he retires. Dude's like 70. He more than earned it. The action sequences, while they could have gone completely repetitive, there are some new action sequences that are absolutely phenomenal. They are phenomenal. Our story, everything that is happening to our new gladiator, fantastic. I mean, from the beginning fight scenes to all the dialogue and the people that he's up against and how everything unfolds to get us to that ending is just it was all good. This movie, I'm giving this one a 9.5 out of 10. This movie is fantastic. It is so worthy of its predecessor. I think it even pushes the series forward where you could squeeze another one out as long as there's a cohesive story, as long as there's something to keep us going and to explain how we ended up back in a bad situation to begin with. Because that's what I was most curious about with this film is after they leave off the last one, I'm like, how did we end up back in this bad spot to where Rome is now, under another awful, awful leader? And they did a fantastic job of explaining it. It made sense. You could actually see it happening. And voila, we got a fantastic movie. Have you seen Gladiator 2? Let me know down in the comments. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see y'all next time. Peace.